Hi, good evening once again to our bright parents. It's another Friday night, and we are live here once again in Bright Parenting, where we share tips on better parenting and better financial management. And tonight, we have a very exciting episode on hashtag adulting, where we talk about career, money, and relationships with two millennials who are both very professional, smart, and eligible bachelors too. Now, because they are both in the financial industry and also helping out in their businesses, this is a nice topic tonight because I know some parents are having some questions on how they could handle and influence their young adult children. So let me zoom that in. There. So they are actually live already here with us tonight. We have Jeff and Gio. So before I allow them to share a few words, let me introduce them. So here we have our first speaker for tonight is Jefferson Tan. Well, he's actually my younger brother, and I really had a hard time convincing him to guest on the episode, but finally he agreed as long as he will be with his partner, his best friend Gio. So Jeff is a registered financial consultant, an RFC, and a registered estate planner, and is also part of the Million Dollar Round Table, MDRT, where it is the top 6% of financial advisors worldwide. And of course, he is with Sun Life Philippines. Apart from being an advisor, he also helps manage the business, family business, as operations manager in JCT Construction Supply. All right. Hi, Jeff. Good evening.
Good evening, Chi.
Yes,
Glad to be here.
and thank you so much. And then next up, we have his very good friend, his best friend since high school, Mr. Giovanni Ong, where he is a fixed income dealer at ATR Asset Management. Giovanni is exposed to the field of equity investment analysis through participation in the CFA Investment Research Competition, where he and his team were able to become regional champions for Asia and Pacific in this competition, which meant being part of the top 4 investment research team of the world. Wow. Beyond this, he wishes to mix with his passion for investing. He currently invests in various mutual funds and stocks in the Philippines and hopes to work in the field of investment management. His advocacy primarily consists of creating a better life for his future clients by making them financially stable so they can make the most out of their lives. Wow, that is profound and so deep. Hi, G. Hi, Jeff. How are you tonight?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Hi, Jen. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
It's an honor.
Yes. So before we officially start the Q&A portion, can you tell us a little about what you really do and how is life right now for you guys in your adulting stage?
Go ahead, G.
Yeah. Okay. So, my job title is a fixed income dealer. I trade mostly fixed income securities for ATR Asset Management. Some of them are trust clients, retirement funds. Some of them is the public trust funds, which you can access in Gcash. So that's my main career right now. Apart from that, I am studying CFA. I also do a lot of investments on the sides. Recently, I have been very interested in the Axie Infinity space. Just- well, we can talk more about that later. What about you, Jeff?
About me, I'm a financial advisor with Sun Life for 6 years now this year. And I'm glad to say it's one of the most best decisions that I made because not only that I get to manage my finances well, but I also get to help more people secure their income and their loved ones in the future. And at the same time, also helping the family business here in Lapu-Lapu City with my mom, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So, this section tonight will be subdivided into three, where we will be talking about career, money, and relationship. So, first up is in terms of career, why did you choose your work now, and what are the challenges?
Yeah. So my career, well, back in high school, I think Jeff knows this. I've always been very stereotypical Chinese guy, good at math, uh,
Wow.
loves investing, so very business minded. So that's what I had going into college. Um, I think it made the most sense to get into finance. My parents, they got hit by the during the Asia financial crisis really hard. So um, just getting into the field made all the more sense because I don't want poor investment decisions to to affect anyone that badly ever. So that's why I'm in the field that I'm doing right now.
Mm.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
As
mm.
for you, Jeff?
As for me, it's more of a say family. It's more of a family oriented decision because our family has been in long line with Sun Life, starting from our aunt, and it went down to nieces and went down to me. So parang it's more of a uh, it's more of a family decision, and also in terms of the hardware side naman, since it's the business has been running for quite some time already, and I want to continue that legacy in the hardware industry. So that's why I still like to help on the family business. Mm.
Right. So you answered both brilliantly on why you chose the work you have right now. But of course, we all have challenges. So, as a young adult, what are the challenges you face in your careers right now?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess for me, it's always like, how do I get to where my parents are right now?
Right.
That is the biggest challenge I'm looking at. They have a house and lot and everything, and here I am. Uh, I'm staying in a condo unit. My parents are helping me out with rent, and BGC is quite
yeah.
Indeed.
Hi.
quite high.
Yeah.
So if I was paying rent for for that location, it's not sustainable. So that's always that's always in my mind right now. So I'm just focusing on like, okay, how do I get further in my career? So right now I'm preparing for the level 3 exam for the CFA. Hopefully,
Mhm.
Wow.
2 months from now, I will pass it and
You
Oh,
will.
be able to take another step closer to my financial goals.
right.
Mm.
How about you, Jeff? What are the challenges that you're facing right now in terms of your
Well,
career?
in terms of career right now, I think it's because of the pandemic. It really greatly affected the landscape of business. It's not as go 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 because people tend to like stay more uh, in their houses and stuff. Pero um, siguro just keep going every day and
Right.
yeah, never give up in you know chasing new clients, always trying to adapt to new ways of doing business, especially in the hardware. So going digital, very important.
Right.
And
I couldn't agree more on that.
yeah,
And so the next question is, are you required to join the family business? And how is the transition? because growing up in a Filipino Chinese family, we're expected to really help out in the business. So were you required?
Um, yeah, for me, it's never been a requirement for my parents. They're quite modern in that they don't they let us pursue my own thing. Like my brother's a pilot, my sister is a coder. I'm
Wow.
pursuing investment management, so it's not a requirement. Although yes, we do have a family business. Um, it's a distribution for different grocery products, including Kopiko. So yeah, eventually, if it does happen, I think I would be most fit. And if they do ask, hopefully I'll be ready to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't stop me in whatever I'm doing. I don't have to hard stop that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah. As for me naman, we weren't really required, but for me it just made sense because of the long time being in the business, in the family business. I want to continue that legacy that my father and my mother set path for us, and at the same time, um, being with Sun Life has also kind of made my planning and finances integrate with the family business. So it just made sense to continue.
Wow, you are both very smart and hardworking, and at the same time, very open for learning. And so, these are some of your photos that we collated. And see, this is Jeff and Gio in their high school prom. And then, how many years after? 5 years after, they had a meeting in Manila where they were talking of different angles already. It's not just about school, it's about really finding what they want to do with their careers, with their life. And there, so every time they get a chance to, Gio gets to visit Cebu, so they see each other, or Jeff gets to go to Manila. So it's really, I guess, wonderful having a friend that is like-minded. And so, which leads us to our next segment, which is about money. So here, Jeff, can you share to us about these photos?
Oh, so as you can see there, I'm with Bright Jen, my sister. She's one of my mentors in terms of my career, and also money matters because her being in industry for I think 13 years already. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it goes to show na I can really salig and trust the advice that my sister gives me. And in the lower part of the photo, that's me in our hardware store. So I also help mom in the business, and it really put me into a perspective that money doesn't just come in easily. It doesn't grow on trees. You need to really work hard for it, and nothing goes easy. And as you can see there, in the upper right, I also pursued um, another learning in being a registered financial consultant, because I believe continuous learning is key to giving more value to not just myself, but to the people around me and my clients. And because of that continuous learning and sharing, um, Sun Life has been very generous also to me, and it gave us the opportunity to attend the first global MDRT in Sydney, Australia, last 2019. So I've been very appreciative of that, and it's all because of the mentorship of my sister and my mom. Yeah. And
Thank you, Jeff, for sharing about your experiences. And I couldn't agree more. Jeff has always been very easy to coach So I guess for young adults, that's one thing, to be open. And when we also make some mistakes, allow our mentors to correct and teach us, and for us to learn humility as well on areas where we can improve on. And of course, this is on Gio's wonderful experience. So, G, can you share to us about this photo here?
Yeah. So I I went to Ateneo de Manila for college, and while I was getting into finance, I decided to enter one of these competitions for the CFA. It was an investment research challenge. We ended up representing first the school, then the country, then the region,
Wow.
uh, then the then yeah, we made it all the way to finals. Fell short a bit, just top four, not top one, but it was definitely a great experience, and got to work with amazing people, um, learn more about stocks. That was the first instrument I tried to get into for myself. It's also the most accessible. It was yeah, it was a very um, fun time of my life. Well,
Right.
versus here, right? Like, I mean, we're all stuck home. Like,
Yeah.
where are we gonna get these moments now?
Gee, you really have this great smile, and you're wearing this Harvard jacket. So you really went to
No, I
Harvard
was
and have.
no. I was we went to the campus. I was just
All right.
fanboying over Harvard because uh, a lot of Western media, Harvard's the best, and I bought the hoodie and everything, got the whole campus tour.
Wow. And Gee, can you share to us what CFA is really about?
Um, so it stands for Chartered Financial Analyst. So you don't
Mm,
really need to
Chartered
be
financial analyst.
you don't really need the certification to be a financial analyst, although it does set the international standard for it. So it opens you up to a lot of opportunities, especially abroad. And
Mhm.
yeah, like when I was going into it, I did want to be like at an international level, at least have the options to be able to work abroad, see different countries. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm pursuing right now.
Wow. So,
Wow.
as we notice here, Bright Parents, our guests tonight are young but very professional, and also both pursuing higher education to better serve clients and add more value. So, with that, since you're both in the financial industry and both certified, so in terms of money, how do you budget, and what are your tips for young professionals?
Okay.
Oh, for me, since I investment is kind of my hobby, so um, I do advise that when you get your sweldo, it's always save or invest first before you,
Right.
and then that's the time you try to fit in your expenses. Discretionary luxury expenses. You need to buy a gift. Try to really stick to your budget. Um,
Yeah.
but while at the same time, planning for the future.
Yeah. True. Well, I
What
have a
about
tip
you, Jeff?
also. I have a tip for all the viewers tonight. I want you to remember the word piolo. Why piolo?
Wow.
YOLO. Uh, because you got a plan. You only live once. And in order to have a more structured future, we have to plan. We have to create a spending or saving plan. And then we have to put a time frame to that. So at least we write down our goals and see for ways na how we can achieve them. And don't forget to research. Read up or ask your friends or relatives about different financial instruments. You can attend different seminars, um, visit personal finance sites, or even consult a financial advisor. And another tip in comes to budgeting, I use actually I try my best to use the 50-20-30 formula, where I allot 50% of my monthly income to whatever living expenses, if there are any, and 30% I spend it on my wants. And for the 20, I try to save and maybe invest that. So that's why saving is really important. No matter how small that is, it's still something. So make a small little habit. Now it'll get you closer to what you're trying to achieve. So always remember, YOLO. You only plan, you only live once.
Wow, I guess this shows on one of your adventure. You went on skydiving, and there you really wrote Piolo. I guess we just couldn't see the letter P.
Yeah, that's why. That that's ticked off my top of my bucket list. I needed
Right.
to tick that off.
And right now, there's really this trend, especially in young adults, and I also get this inquiry about Axie or those games. I don't know if you're familiar with it, and can you share to us about that, G and Jeff? If it is legit or is it really gonna make us money, and just some of your views.
G as
Um,
the subject expert.
yeah. So I got into this space a month ago. So essentially, Axie Infinity is um, it's a crypto game. Um, so you're it's not like um, it's not a completely out of this world unique game, but how it's set up is how it caught my eye, because the in-game currency is also a crypto. So it's a coin that
Mm.
trades on an exchange. So from how it works is that you play the game, you win,
Mhm.
and then you earn that cryptocurrency, and from there you're able to sell it um, at the market and essentially make money. So can the game make you money? Yes, it can. It's not. I've actually studied it for a whole month before getting into it, and by that time, that the like your average entrance team would be from it went from 25K to 65K. So by the time I was going into it, I realized, like, oh wow, this is really good. It's not a scam. I thought it was a scam, and then um, the price of my education was essentially from 25 to 65 became a 40K uh, opportunity cost that I had to pay to try and get into the space. Um, since it involves an initial investment, and there
Mhm.
is volatility in the crypto space, um, you can make money. I don't know how long it will take for you to make back your investment. Like at the current rates,
Mm.
um, the cryptocurrency is 4 pesos per. It's called SLP, single love potion. So 4 pesos per SLP. On average, if you invest in a good team, you can make 150, 100 to 150 SLP. So that's at 600 pesos a day times 30. That becomes one 18,000 per month.
18,000.
Correct? Yeah.
Mm.
And
All
from
right.
there,
So
you assuming a stable price, right? It can make you money. Although there are some games that have tried this model, um, the what happens is that people overmine the currency, and then the currency just essentially drops
Drop.
to a value of zero. So a
mm,
lot of the
oh
people who
wow.
invested are left holding the bag. Like if they weren't able to break even in time, uh,
There's really that risk.
yeah.
And
There's a risk.
And also because it's
um
cryptocurrency, it's not
mm,
traceable. There's no tech support. So
ooh.
if you're not computer savvy, you're prone to hacking. You consume a lot of you pirate a lot of stuff, and you don't have the proper antiviruses for it. You could also
You might
lose
lose everything.
yeah, you could
Oh,
lose
really?
your investment. So it's not
Mm.
for everyone. Yeah, there's definitely
Yeah, like me, I'm like Gen Y. That's really not for me. And when Jeff was asking me, and in fact, there was a client who was about your age also asking me. I said, "Well, you just try to start, just like the account opening if you really want to try it. But to really make money and invest a lot in it, well, my advice was really take it with a grain of salt. Nah, just invest what you can lose." And not really put your whole chunk of money there. So thanks, G. That was very clear and well justified. And so,
yeah.
Jeff, with you as registered financial consultant, how do we young adults start out a plan? Or if, for example, I'm just new at my work and I'm not really earning that much yet.
Mhm.
What products or programs do you suggest one should get or take?
Oh, okay. For those who are starting, I would advise you to say start with what you can set aside, what you're comfortable with, and from there we can create a plan that could one insure insure your loved ones of your income in case something happens. At the same time, you're also having a investment portion for that. So two things are running. You're protected at the same time. You're also invested. So I'd advise na for those starting out to try and see our variable universal life products. Mm.
Right. And so, G, in one of your statements there, you are very passionate when it comes to investing also on
Mm.
mutual funds. And I guess ATR also carries that. Can you just share to us how to start out the plan and how much does it cost?
Well, I mean, we have like discretionary accounts. The opening size is a bit steep, but the funds in Gcash, you can invest as little as 500 pesos.
Mm,
So you know, regardless of your income bracket, whenever you get your paycheck, set some aside. You should be disciplined and invest. We have various funds. We have some for stocks. The fixed income fund is the best in 2021 so far. So I do
right.
recommend investing in fixed income. The equities guys are also really great on some years. This year, I mean, equities is a bit mixed right now. It's very volatile. But when you're focused on the long term view, um, the the country's recovery, getting the economy back on track, uh, equities should also is also a good thing to have on your investment portfolio.
Right. So we heard it straight from very qualified advisors tonight. And this really goes to show that we really need to diversify and we cannot put all our eggs in one basket. Wherein, as Gio mentioned, that right now the fixed income is really doing well. But then we should also have a portfolio on our equities because we can have a potential upside when this pandemic really is going to get over. And thanks also, Jeff, for sharing that one can actually get two in one, which is an insurance and an investment at the same time, and also some on mutual funds. But I wish we had more time to elaborate, so perhaps on future episodes. So, as we proceed to our third and last segment, which will be about relationship. So, before I ask about relationship with our parents, are you guys both single and available pa ba? May mga nag-comment dito or pakilala daw kayo sa mga daughters nila.
Yeah,
um,
well, I already have a girlfriend. 3 years
Oh,
already.
wow.
So that's already
Gio's
taken.
not already available.
Yeah, sadly. Although, yeah, not ready to tie the knot yet. Still a lot of work to do for career
Right,
wise, also income wise. I
right,
want to be
right.
able to get to a level where I can afford like a certain lifestyle for her. So that's what I'm focused on right now.
Right. How about you,
Planning
Jeff?
for. Oh, I'm very happy with my uh, relationship right now with my girlfriend. She's actually the one who encouraged me to go for it and be a guest in your show, Chi. So
Oh, thank
shout out to
you.
her. Uh, hi, Camille. Yeah,
Yeah, so
and
see, they're very secretive and just wants to say hi and keep that mystery, I guess. So, here, okay, let me take that out. Okay, so how about how's your relationship with your parents and what advice did they give you? Because you both really, I guess for me, stood out and really took the leap. And so, Jeff, in terms here, you and si Mama, we love you,
mm,
Ma. We know you're watching.
I'm
So, what was Mama's tip to you? Since, well, as our viewers know, we already lost our
mm,
dad when Jeff was only 12 and I was 19. So,
mm,
it was just mom na lang. And so, we love you, Ma. So,
aw,
what was Mama's tip? And how's your
um,
relationship with Mama?
I really love our mom. She's a very open and really communicative mom that doesn't really let you okay, just focus on this kanilang. No, she's more of a, you have room to grow where you want to grow, and if you decide to help the family business, then you're welcome. And with that freedom that she gave us, she I'm
Yes.
very appreciative that he's also our mentor when it comes to thinking straight and
Yes.
um, thinking of the future, not just now, and also have two steps forward good thinking. And yeah, I'm really appreciative of all mom's good advice um, to us.
Right. I couldn't agree more on that. I realized looking back, our mom is the quiet type, and people would wonder, like, why am I so talkative? But then, because when growing up, my dad was more of the PR guy, and my mom was the supportive type. So every time I'd go home, I'd tell my story, like, Ma, what happened in school, like that. And then slowly did I realize it was actually a training ground for me to tell a story. And in high school, I'd always win as either best script writer or as best actress. It's because my mom always encouraged us, and she never really was so strict and allow us to make mistakes. And I guess that was one of the greatest tip or advice that I noticed for us parents, since I'm a parent right now, that we cannot suffocate our children and really tell them you have to do this and that. Allow them to think and give them the freedom to express themselves. So there, I guess that's for our part. So of course we have Gio. What are your tips? And here, I know your mom and dad is watching tonight, and your mom's so active in the bright parenting community, and I'm pretty sure she's so proud of you, G. So it's your turn to share.
Ah, yeah. Growing up, my dad's always been the breadwinner of the family. So, I spend a lot of time with my mom, and she's very supportive. She helps push me to be better and pursue my goals. Uh, so like whenever I'm before, like I was like, oh, I want to play guitar, so she throws me into guitar lessons.
Yeah, I
Didn't
remember
really
that.
work out, but yeah, so eventually something stuck, right? So finance, so she helps open doors for me, find different opportunities for me to grow and you know actualize my goal of becoming an investment manager. So yeah, love you, mom. Very I
And your
appreciate
mom
everything
is an
you've done.
MDRT. She was even
Yeah,
one
she used
who
to
gave
be
us
in Sun
advice,
Life.
me and Jeff, that, what
Yeah.
you have to do, focus on creating this income stream for the families that you share this advocacy with. And
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
she's really very smart. and your dad is indeed very hardworking. And so, G,
My
like,
dad works very hard. It's
right. How was the in terms of, let's say, there moments where you disagreed on goals, or like you studying in Manila, or perhaps pursuing stuff that you didn't agree on? How did you come up with a solution, a win-win solution?
well, I'm at the point where I can discuss issues with my mom, like person to person. Like it's not really there's not really a power dynamic anymore, which is great. Allows us to, you know, just like I don't have to agree to her ideas, but we can always like come to a middle ground where we both see each other's point of view. So
Wow.
I appreciate that a lot. I know a lot of parents like you do want to maintain authority over your child. That's understandable. Um,
Right.
growing up, it was like that. So maybe it's just a coming of age thing. When I was in college, it just changed to to something like that. Yeah. What was the other part of your question? Sorry.
Yeah, and well, you already answered it on
Oh,
how
okay.
how
Yeah.
you both had a win-win solution. So, wow, time flew by so fast, and we are already wrapping up, and we went a little over time. But before I let you go tonight, what is your one final tip for parents, and especially those with young adults, on how to really handle their lives, perhaps? And there. So, who wants to go first?
Mm, okay, I'll go first.
All right.
Um, so we work hard every day for, to earn money. But did you know that money can also work harder for you? So I really encourage now we invest in financial instruments such as mutual funds, life insurance, or even stocks so that it'll help us propel and fund our dreams.
Wow. Well
Mhm.
said, Jeff. Bravo. I'm so proud of you. Go, G.
Yeah, well, for me, I have already invested in insurance plans with Jeff.
Mhm.
He's my agent right now. Of course, he's my best friend from high school. I don't think
Thanks
he'll
for the
ever let me
support,
down if
G.
I if he wasn't my agent. um, yeah, similar to what he's saying, it's very important to plan for the future as well as the present. Um, you always want to try to find that right balance. You you spend a little less here and there, hopes for a better future, not just for yourself but for your children. Education was never something my parents cheaped out on. So um,
Right.
I'm not even a parent, but I'm already thinking like, how do I send my kid to these schools, with the current income I'm making. So um, I advise that yeah, you just be a bit more forward thinking, and yeah, not a parent, so I don't have any parenting advice. It's
Thank you
really
so
more
much,
on
G.
financial management.
Right. So tonight we really learned a lot. And mind you, Jeff and Giovanni are only 26 because they are born 1995, wherein they're the last spectrum of the millennials before 1996, where they become part of the Gen Z. But then the way they think and the way they handle the situation right now, I'm so honored and proud, to be your sister, Jeff, and G, to really get to know you. I've seen how much you've grown personal and professional level. It has indeed been tremendous. And to our bright parents tonight, I hope you all learned, and as well as our adulting, those who are young adults who are also in the show tonight, that we all need to plan. Yeah, no? So to sum it all up, Jeff's last saying was YOLO. Plan, you only live once. If I were to summarize his statements for tonight, and as for Gio, his what really stuck to my mind was we all need to have better financial management. And in terms of us advice to parents, also not to be too strict and allow our children to express and allow them to also make mistakes and learn and not to blame for whatever happens. And so G and Jeff, it's a wrap, and thank you for being a guest here in Bright Parenting. So, good evening to our viewers. Have a great night. God bless, and bye bye.
Thanks, Jen.